Welcome back to inventory costing. This time we're going to talk about the weighted average method of costing our inventory. The weighted average method says we take the total cost, divide it by the total number of units to calculate our weighted average cost per unit, and then that's what we use. We multiply that by however many units we've sold, and that gives us our cost of goods sold. So let's give it a try. All right, so same example as last time. We have the exact same purchases as we did for FIFO and LIFO. On April 5th, we sell 500 units for $10 a unit. So the first thing we want to do is calculate our weighted average cost per unit. So our total cost at this point is $5,600. Because it's April 5th, we've only purchased the first batch. Our total number of units is 800. And that is going to give us a cost per unit of $7, which makes sense. We have the one batch, we know they cost us $7 a unit. So our cost of goods sold will once again be 500 times 7, or $3,500. Our beginning inventory is just the 5,600. That's all we've got. Our cost of goods sold is 3,500. So our ending inventory, the amount we still could sell, is $2,100. Our sales are going to be the 500 we sold times $10 a unit that we're selling it for. That's our sales price. It's going to be 5,000 minus cost of goods sold gives us a gross profit of $1,500 and a gross profit percentage of gross profit divided by 5,000, a gross margin ratio of 30%. Okay, looks a lot like FIFO and LIFO because in all three examples we only had one batch. So it makes sense that the cost of goods sold would be the same in all of them because we're pulling from the exact same batch in all three examples. Let's now look at the second example. Okay, and again, these are all standalone examples, so we're assuming the transaction on April 5th never happened and that this is our first transaction of the month. All right, so our to do weighted average now, we have to find the total cost as of April 15th. And on April 15th, we've bought 2 batches. So our total cost is the total cost of batch 1 plus the total cost of batch 2, for 12,800. Our total number of units is the 800 in batch 1 plus the 900 in batch 2 for 1,700. Okay, this should not have a dollar sign. Let's fix that because that's going to be annoying. Okay. And then our cost per unit then is our total cost sitting in inventory divided by the total number of units sitting in inventory, or 7.53. Okay, this one actually didn't come out even. If I add zeros, you can see there, whatever. If that happens, let's just agree we'll go to 2 places, 2 decimal places. Okay. If you want to go further, you can, but that might be crazy. All right, so our cost of goods sold then is going to be the 1,000 units we sold times our weighted average cost per unit of $7.53. So I'm going to go plus 1,000 times 7.53, and we get $7,530 as our cost of goods sold. Our beginning inventory is going to be the 2 batches. We also call this our cost of goods available. We could have sold 12,800. Of that, we actually sold 7,530. And so our ending inventory is 5,270. Our sales, we sold 1,000 units times $10 a unit. $10,000 minus our cost of goods sold gives us a gross profit of $2,470 and a gross margin ratio of gross profit divided by sales, 24.70%. Okay, let's go on to our final example. All right, and again, this one's standalone. So now we're at April 28th, and we have purchased all 3 of these batches. So the first thing we want to do is calculate our cost per or weighted average cost per unit. And our weighted average cost per unit is going to be our total cost, which in this case is $23,850, divided by our total number of units that we purchased, 3,000. And our weighted average cost per unit will be $7.95. And we're just going to make this one a number. There we go. All right. So our weighted average cost per unit is $7.95. So in this example, we sold 2,000 units times 7.95, and that is going to give us 2,000 times 7.95, $15,900 cost of goods sold. Our beginning inventory is everything. Our beginning inventory we also call cost of goods available, minus our cost of goods sold, and our cost of goods available minus our cost of goods sold gives us our ending inventory. Because if you think about it, $23,850 is the total amount we could have sold. That's our cost of goods available. We did sell $15,900 worth of inventory, and then the ending inventory is whatever we didn't sell. It's what's left over, okay? All right, so let's do our final gross profit. So we sold 2,000 this time, times our $10 sales price, which has remained unchanged, plus cost of goods sold. All right, so 2,000 sales minus 15,900 cost of goods sold gives us a gross profit of $4,100 and a gross margin ratio of gross profit divided by sales, 20.50%. Okay, that concludes weighted average. In the next video, we're going to talk about some of the advantages, disadvantages, differences of using the different costing methods. So I will see you then.